everyone, welcome to the pod. So this is the procrasti-knitter podcast. So I came up with the name after I filmed my first podcast episode, which is why I didn't introduce it as procrasti-knitter last time, but it is procrasti-knitter. I thought it was pretty smart of me because I do love to procrastinate, and I've just been knitting a lot the past few weeks, months. So then procrasti-knitter just came to my brain. I'm sure it's come across many other people's brains, but I just really liked it. I feel like it's very on brand for me if you know me as a person. But I also crochet, as I mentioned in the last episode, so that there will be some of that too. I do like knitting quite a bit. Welcome. If you're new here, hello. Subscribe if you want to see more. And my name's Jane. I use she, her pronouns. Welcome. I have lots to share with you today. Oh, and I also want to say that my boyfriend William animated my intro that you just saw. So I designed it's my banner, but then he animated it to roll, and I think it's awesome. He does lots of cool stuff, so I'll link his channel, and if you're in need of someone to animate you a little intro or just do fun animations just for a gift, or I don't know, for you to have and cherish, you should hit him up. He's awesome and super talented, and I will leave all his information below. But yeah, let's get started. I have lots to show. So today I brought this whole tub out. I thought it'd be nice to go outside, but you can hear some construction in the background, so that is less nice. But since last week I have finished my first pair of socks. So this is what they look like. I washed them in the washing machine actually, and I dried them in the dryer. I did not do a gentle cycle on either, but I did put them in a little mesh bag to wash and dry in, and they did shrink a little, but I tried them on and they still fit. So yeah, that's super nice. Very fun. So I'm making another pair of socks right now, and lots to talk about. So last week I was saying that I think I used a needle size too big on my first pair of socks, so then I bought a size smaller. So these are size 1 needles, and last time I had the 4-inch tips, and I felt like they might be too small, and they were also bent. So here are the 5-inch tips, and the 4-inch, my dad with his bare hands was able to just bend them back into shape, so they are perfectly usable now. But as you can see, there's a huge difference. I mean, there's a 1-inch difference, but it feels like a very substantial difference in the length of the tips. So I'm very glad I got the 5-inch ones. I think I might order, so I ordered 30-inch cables because that's what I used last time, but I actually think people recommend doing it on 32-inch circulars. And so if it's 10 inches of tips, that would be a 22-inch cable, or somewhere around that size. So I might go down a cable size because I have been finding the size 2 needles are on the small set of the ChowGoo, so this is the mini set. So the cable is just significantly thinner. So with the other one, I thought it was pretty good to have it a 30-inch cable length, just because it wasn't as flexible as these are. But with this, I'm finding it's quite annoying to have to loop through so much when you're doing magic loop. I think this would be perfect if I were to try to do 2 at a time socks, which I actually might do next. But yeah, so I just finished the cuff, as you can see, and I'm working on the leg now. And you can also tell that I think my gauge is tighter when I'm knitting in stockinette versus ribbing. But yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. but this is how far I've gotten. I'm using my new stitch markers, which are working beautifully, so that's really exciting. This is, again, my yarn order from Webs came in. So this is the Berroco comfort sock again, and it is color 1812, and the name of that is Stewart Island, and it says it was space dyed. I don't know what space dyeing is, but yeah, so this is Stewart Island. I think it's a little more muted than it's showing up on screen. Like, it's a little more saturated on screen than it is in real life, but they are very nice colors. So yes, that is the first whip, what's on my needle. And the second thing that are on my needles is this front panel of the Dill t-shirt. So I think, like, I don't know, it'll go all the way up here, and then I'll sew the back and front together. I think the back and front are the exact same. Sew it together, I think, and then pick up for the sleeves. But it's a very nice, simple pattern. It's gonna use seed stitch at the top, which I've never done before, so that will be nice to learn. But right now I'm just doing rounds and rounds of stockinette at the moment, which is okay. But yeah, I am using size 4.5 millimeter needles. The pattern, well, the kit came with needles, and I originally cast it on these wooden needles and tried to work from it, but like, this yarn it's very nice to work with, by the way. Very like luxurious feeling and soft, but splitty. Like, in a certain way it isn't splitty, but when you're casting on, I don't know, you tend to untwist the fiber, and then it becomes like, okay, I don't know how to show. It essentially becomes a mess. So I transferred to my metal circular needles, but you know, knitting them back and forth. But yeah, and I did that for a couple rows, and then it just looked too big. It just like looked much too loose for my liking, so I went down a size. So right now it called for 5 millimeter needles, but I am using 4.5 instead. So that's my progress on this. I started like a couple days ago. Last thing I have to show is my yarn. All the yarn that came in. So first I got this because it was on sale. I think I got it for $5. Yeah, I got this for $5, which I felt was a steal. So this is Cloudborne Fibers Highland Superwash Sock Twist hand paints. It is in the colorway Strawberry Fields. Very pretty. I really like it. It is a lot less soft than I thought it was gonna be, and also a little thicker than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it's meant to be a fingering weight, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But I don't know, it feels thick to me, but we'll see. It is 80% superwash fine Highland wool and 20% polyamide. Yeah, that will be fun. And I think it'll be fun to work with. This is, I did not read the label. It's 50 grams, so I'm not sure if I can make a sock with just one. I guess we'll have to see. Because this is how much I had left of the full. So like, in comparison, this is a full, and this is what I had left after knitting a pair of socks. So maybe I'm doing something weird, / maybe I can squeeze in 2 pairs, or a pair with a 50 gram skein. Not sure. Or a hank. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I showed this, so I'll show it next. This is, again, I went crazy with Comfort Sock because I just love the colorways. It's so affordable. I love the softness softness of it. So yeah, so this is comfort sock, their sock weight. This is in the color 1813, which is called Southland. But yeah, it's so pretty. So pretty. Next, I got another one. This is in the colorway 1816, and it is called Cosmopolitan. It's called Cosmopolitan. It has like pinks, purples, olives, a little black and white, and I think it's gonna work up to be really cool. I ended up getting two balls of this, so I think this is the colorway that I'm gonna try to do the doubles, like two at a time sock with, just because I don't have a Swift and winder. So usually how people do that, like do the 2 at a time socks, is they'll like split a ball into 2 balls, but since I don't want to be doing that by hand, I figured it would be convenient to try to do it in this, because I'll have 2 balls to work from already. So that's that. And then the next one I got is again berroco comfort sock in the colorway 1818, and this is called English Garden. I'm really excited about this one. So I don't know how to make it focus because I'm filming on my phone and not something fancy, but yeah, this is just purples, a little bit of pink, and like again, like I guess more of an indigo and white that I think will come out a little checkered, which is so freaking fun. And then along the same vein, I think it'll do the same with this colorway, which is 1817, and that is called Beach House. So yeah, I'm so excited about this one as well. I just, all the colors are so freaking nice. This is more blue and green, very earthy. So I'm so excited. And the last comfort sock I got is just a gray. So I think this is 1713, and it's just called Dusk, which is like a dark, maybe a medium gray, a gray color. And I thought I could try to do, you know, a cuff heel toe type vibe with this, and then this as the main color, or I think it would even work here, would work here. If I wanted to make another pair of something, it would work here. So yeah, I think just lots of uses for this gray, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, bro, just like, look at all these colors. I just can't, like, are you just like stoked? Are you stoked? Posing for a thumbnail. Like, tell me you're not stoked. It's so awesome. All right, and then the last, this is my favorite. This is definitely my favorite. It is the squishiest. It is Cascade Yarns Heritage Prints, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Gorgeous. So freaking pretty. The color is 10-7. 10-7. What is it called? It's called Fern. It is so pretty. It is really so pretty. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to knit this up. They will be socks. All of these will be socks. Maybe mittens, but probably socks. I am so excited. But yeah, that's all the yarn I had to show you. I think I'll talk about the socks a little more, because I just realized there's some things that I learned that I wanted to share. So let's see, I gotta get organized again. Yeah, I can't believe my dad literally just, I went down and I was like, oh, these are bent, like, is there a way you can like hammer them back into shape or pound them back into shape? And he was like, oh, okay, here you go. Like, he was like holding it. I thought he was just like looking at it, but he had just bent them back into shape. So I guess it just takes a little bit of heat and strength but that was very cool. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about socks. So the socks, after you wear them, they stretch out, which is okay, but I'm not sure if that is because of the yarn. It might be, or because the way I knit it. That is also possible. But yeah, one is a little bit bigger than the other. The first one I made is a little bigger. I don't know if that's my gauge, or if I just, because I tried on the first pair of sock like over and over and over again while making it to make sure it was like the measurement I wanted, you know? So I don't know if I just inadvertently stretched out the yarn or if my gauge got tighter. I'm not sure. I'm still really happy with them. But yeah, those were just some things to note, I guess. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is the heel. So the heel in the pattern, I'm using the Crazy Sock Ladies pattern. I think it's like Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop is what it's called. It was like $2, and she has a video tutorial that went with it. So that is why I got it. I watched the tutorial first and I was like, yeah, this is doable, and why don't I get the pattern so that I can follow along without having to like rewind the video over and over and over. But yeah, so this was supposed to be a slip stitch heel. So you were supposed to, I think it's like knit one, slip one, knit one, slip one, and then on the reverse side, because it's knit flat, you would purl. You would slip one at the beginning and then purl the rest. So I misread the instructions the first time around, and I thought it said slip one, purl one, slip one, purl one, slip one, purl one. So that is what I did, and I was like telling myself like it looks different from hers, like why does mine look so tight? But I just figured, you know, she's a Crazy Sock Lady, like she knits a lot of socks, like her gauge is probably a lot looser, she's more relaxed, like that is probably it, right? Because like seriously, mine is so dense. So I didn't realize that I made that mistake until I went to knit the second sock, and I was like, does this say what I think it says? So yeah, I'm not sure what kind of heel I ended up doing. If anyone knows what this stitch is called, where you knit, slip, and then like slip, purl. If anyone knows what stitch this is, I would love to know. I really like the effect it gives. I think it gives an even more reinforced heel. But it definitely probably messed a little bit with like the fit and measurement of the socks. I don't know. I don't mind it, but I'm gonna, with this next pair of socks, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try the slip stitch heel and see how that works out. But yeah, I did want to note that that was an unintentional altercation I made to the pattern. So yeah, and then I don't remember. So on the last podcast, I did mention that the first pair were a little wonky because I had divided my stitches unevenly, and that was partially because that was my first time ever working on Magic Loop for a project. So I was just like getting into the hang of it, I guess, and not really understanding how it worked. So I think I must have dropped a stitch. I must have like twisted my knitting, well, you know, lots of like beginner mistakes. But yeah, like halfway through the project, I was like, the stitches aren't even. So I just, you know, let that go. But on the second round, I made a conscious effort to make sure that, you know, my stitches were even. And I think this sock turned out much more even. But I think, so I've come to the conclusion that this is a normal, but why does like the backside of the sock have a twist to it? Is it just the way that you're knitting like in a certain direction? So like it makes it like, it lays like this. It doesn't want to lay, or maybe I'm just not doing it right. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't want to do this, which I would expect it to want to do. It wants to do like this. I don't know what that's about. If anyone knows, I would love to know as well. So please tell me if you know what that's about. But yeah, again, overall, I'm still really happy with these. I like the construction of it. William's mom told me I should try to do toe-up socks, but I'm scared. So we'll see when I will get the courage to do that. But as of now, I like cuff down. I think it's nice that like the first part of it is easy. It gives me like confidence to keep going. And yeah, I just like the process of knitting socks. I think they are a good project. I would recommend you learn if you don't know how to do so, or if you've been afraid to, because it is not that hard. You can do it, and I believe in you. All right, well, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for coming and listening. Let me know what you're working on. I always work on projects while I listen to podcasts, so if you're working on something, I would love to know what it is. And I don't know, if you have patterns you think I'll enjoy, or tips and tricks, or just yarn stuff you'd like to share, that would be fun as well. So yeah, if you liked this video, please give it a like. That would help me out a lot. Share it with your friends, your fiber friends. That would also help me out a lot. And yeah, I hope you'll join me next time. Subscribe. Yeah, all the things. I'm trying to get better at this. I don't know. I think I just have really been enjoying the YouTube yarn community. Oh yeah, if you have podcast recommendations, also please put them down below. Currently, I don't really listen to that many podcasts, but they're long, so it feels like I listen to a lot, but I don't. Like, it feels like I listen to a select amount of people, but it feels like I'm like consuming a lot of content because I am, but they're not by a lot of range. Okay, so I listen to Kay from Crazy Sock Ladies podcast, and then her other podcast, One More Row, and then I listen to Nitty Natty's podcast. I feel like they're like the popular ones, but I do like their like personality. I listen to the Artisan Geeks podcast. That one's really fun, and I like the way that, like, I don't know, things are explained in that podcast, and just like the process and everything. And yeah, that's kind of it. I have listened to others, but I would say right now those are on my rotation, and I've been enjoying them. So yeah, if you have recommendations, or of just channels in general that you think I would like, or that you like, you can put them in the, comment section. And yeah, I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!